YouTubers and beauty influencers make a lot of mistakes, specifically when it comes to skincare. In today's video, I want to talk about the 5 biggest skincare hiccups that happen in the YouTube or the Instagram beauty communities, so that you can be aware of them. You can spot them when they happen, and you might even be able to stop doing them yourself. I don't think that YouTubers or Instagrammers are trying to cause harm. I think that they just don't know. And this isn't super common beauty and skincare knowledge. So with that, let's dig into the science. The first thing is switching products too soon. How many other people have watched a YouTuber who just tried a new product and after 2 weeks they're like, oh my God, I'm breaking out so bad. Or within 2.5 weeks they say, oh, this has cleared my skin, I am glowing, I look amazing. The truth is, if they don't give that product 28 days, you don't actually know if it's working. Switching products too soon is a really surefire way to screw up your skincare routine. And the reason why is because your skin and your body works on an average 28-day cycle. As girls, as women, do we ever notice that we start to break out before our periods? What if your favorite influencer or Instagrammer tried a new product right before her period and she says, oh my God, this broke me out? Did it, or was it stress or your period and your hormones? Or if your skin is all of a sudden glowing and magical, is it this new product, or is it your cycle or what you've currently eaten? Did you have salad for the past 5 days and your skin is loving the phytonutrients and antioxidants? These are really important distinctions to make. And unfortunately, when YouTubers are promoting these new products, we don't always know the background. And even these YouTubers don't always understand the background of what's going on. Hello, Wind. So whether it's yourself or a YouTuber that you're watching, take everything with a huge grain of salt, if not like a spoonful of salt, unless they've been using that product for 28 days. And this is actually scary. YouTubers, if they are honest, can only accurately test and promote 12 to 13 new products a year. That's right. When it comes to skincare products, if they are testing them on their face and it takes 28 days, they can only switch that 12 to 13 times if they're being honest. Now, obviously, this doesn't apply to first impressions videos or to ingredient overhauls, but if they're actually giving you a review, make sure that they tried that product for a long time and note how quickly they switch between products. Again, I don't think these YouTubers or Instagrammers are trying to hurt you. I think they just don't know better. And I think a lot of people make the same mistake. They use a new product, they're like, oh, it's amazing, I'm so glowing. And then it stops working, they're like, what's going on? It might have been that you just slept really well for the past 5 days, and it is not that magical serum that you spent $78 on. So keep that in mind, and if you have to, track your own skincare on your calendar or track your favorite beauty influencer. The second thing that we really have to talk about is mixing products, and this can be a huge issue. A lot of people like to mix their skincare, especially if it's windy or if the weather changes. It's a good idea to change up your skincare. But unfortunately, if you're mixing products that don't naturally go well together, you could be ruining them and making them less effective. There could be combinations that actually make your skincare more powerful and more potent, which is what you would want. But there are many instances where people are pretty much ruining their skin. A great example in the acne-prone community is someone who uses a benzoyl peroxide face wash to try to get rid of acne, and then they use a vitamin C serum. Vitamin C is really unstable, and if you mix that with benzoyl peroxide, there's a bond in benzoyl peroxide that breaks, it creates a free radical, and it destroys the vitamin C. Even if you're using antioxidants at the same time, they probably aren't doing the best. And there are probably 10 to 30 combinations that you need to know or at least be aware of to make sure that you're not ruining your own face and your skincare routine. We've actually done a video on what skincare ingredients you should and should not mix. I will link that to you in a little card right up here in the ether. Please go watch that and educate yourself. And if your favorite influencer on YouTube or on Instagram starts mixing some of these active ingredients, you can know when this is a great idea or when to say, thanks, but next. Thank you, next. Thanks, but next. I'm really bad at pop culture, if you couldn't tell. The next problem is over-exfoliating, and I think that this is an issue everywhere, especially in the acne community. Acne is caused by oil, it is caused by inflammation, there is usually a plug and some bacterial buildup. Hello, birdies. And so a lot of acne companies and a lot of acne treatments work to exfoliate the skin. This helps to get rid of the plug that sits on top of that pimple so that it can naturally kind of come off a little bit more evenly. The problem is overexfoliation. Our skin has multiple layers. We've talked about them. The epidermis itself has 5. And when you're starting, or depends on how you look at the acid mantle. When you start to over exfoliate the top of the dermis, this is what keeps bad stuff out and keeps your skin healthy. If you over exfoliate this, bad stuff can get in and your skin can no longer function the way it's supposed to. So what if you have acne that's really bad? You were prescribed an oral antibiotic. You're then using an exfoliating face product in the morning. You then use the Clairsonic to take off your makeup in the evening, and then you're applying an acid that you sleep in at night. That sounds to me like a recipe for overexfoliation, and if it wasn't recommended by a doctor, probably shouldn't be doing that. The reason why is because our skin is meant to protect us. And yes, exfoliating the stratum corneum, the very top layer, can help our skin look more glowy and fresh and even help with acne. But if we overdo that, and if we chronically do that, we can ruin our skin's natural barrier function. That acid mantle that is on our skin could be completely removed. We could even remove some of the other layers of the skin and cause damage, which could not only leave the skin more prone to bacteria and viral infections and little pathogens getting in, but it could also stop our skin from functioning normally and even cause pigmentation if our skin is highly offendable. Did you know that that's a term in skincare? Your skin could get offended. It's a legit thing. But for people who do have highly offendable skin, overexfoliation could actually lead to pigmentation. So instead of having a blemish for 2 to 3 weeks, you might have a spot or a red mark that lasts for 6 months, if not for years to come. So be aware of this, and if you see your favorite YouTuber who's using an exfoliating cleanser with like microbeads and then the Clairsonic and some sort of skin brush and then some sort of acid and then some sort of peel, probably overdoing it. Play it safe rather than sorry, and talk to a dermatologist or an esthetician if you really want to go ham on your face. The next problem is also talking about skincare products when it comes to serums and moisturizers. I have actually seen beauty influencers apply moisturizers onto their face and then apply a serum. This is a horrible way to do it, and the reason why is because of absorption. If you look at moisturizers versus serums, you notice how moisturizers are kind of creamy and usually a little bit thicker, and serums are a little bit more liquidy and they're a little bit more smooth. You want to apply the lightweight or the more absorbable products first. So once you're done cleansing, that's when you tone. The reason why is because toner or an essence is kind of like a water. That's going to absorb or do its work first. Then you apply your serum. The serum usually has smaller particles, it's a very liquidy formula, so it absorbs. Then your moisturizer goes on top to seal that all in and to keep it where it's meant to be. Excuse me. I do see a lot of beauty influencers and YouTubers who are applying products in the wrong order, and it's probably not going to do you any harm, but it's just a waste of products and a waste of time and doing no good. So make sure that you are using your skincare after your cleanser in order of absorption. So again, your toner, then your serum, then your moisturizer, and don't get it backwards. Don't get it backwards, because otherwise it's just a waste of time and a sad story for your face. The last thing I want to talk about is what happens on Instagram, specifically with some of these Instagram videos. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I think that we've all kind of come to the realization that most of these Instagram videos are just like, whoa, watch me do this skincare thing, I'm really cool. But they don't always work. They're just kind of entertainment as opposed to actual advice. And one of the areas that kind of blurs the lines here are makeup tutorials, because you could technically try to like screenshot them or stop them and follow along. The problem is I see people who do face masks before their makeup on Instagram, and it kind of looks cool. They're like, oh, I've got this weird gel on my face. Click my video, watch it. This is generally not a good practice. I don't think that most professionals recommend masking before you do your makeup. Now, if you have dry skin or if your skin is dirty, you should definitely cleanse. Again, if you have dry, flaky patches, you should definitely exfoliate, because if you have flaky patches that lift up your skin, makeup isn't going to go over those as well. That's why face shaving is a trend, so that you get rid of the hairs. So exfoliation, cleansing, even face shaving, fine. But face masking, Not really. Think about what a face mask is. A face mask goes onto the skin, and there are actually 3 different types. There are the exfoliating ones that peel off, there are the sheet ones that aren't even masks, they're basically serums, and then there are actual face masks that have some sort of an ingredient that penetrates or have some sort of charcoal or clay that absorbs oil. If you're putting this on your skin, you're absorbing oil, potentially you're using carbon or charcoal to absorb some oil. There could be some beneficial ingredients in there that you're kind of soaking into the skin. But when you wash that off or when you remove that, the skin is usually left with a little bit of a film. And the reason why is because a true face mask, not one of these fake face masks, but a true face mask not only kind of nourishes the skin, but it leaves something on there for the skin to work with. And if you just go straight into applying your makeup, whatever was left on the skin from that face mask is going to dramatically change how that makeup works on your skin, how it sits and how it lasts throughout the day. And that's why people apply primers, so that their makeup lasts longer, stays on. If you're using a face mask, you don't actually know how that's going to impact the longevity of your makeup. And again, this shouldn't be harmful, but I feel like it's just kind of sensational and kind of stupid. And I watch these Instagram videos and dude, I could spend 30 minutes just flipping through this, and I'm like, when am I ever going to create this psychedelic green and purple double-winged eyeliner look? Never. That was fun though. And when it comes down to it, again, I don't think these people are trying to hurt others. I don't think these people are trying to test skincare ingredients too quickly. I don't think these people are trying to make your skin messed up with face masks and makeup. I truly think that we as consumers have to know what's going on so that when we see a mistake, we can be like, I'm just not going to subscribe to that, or I'm not going to include that in my routine, and you can be an educated and informed consumer to do what's right for you. I do believe that knowledge is power. I believe that if we have that, we can make conscious consumer decisions for the health of ourselves and for those we care about, and I do truly care about you. Being someone who's suffered with acne for so long, I want to be the big sister who can say, I've been there, I've tried this, I know this, I don't know that, and this is what you should or shouldn't look into when it comes to your own health. So always remember to be beautiful inside and out, double check references and resources, and keep tabs on your favorite beauty influencers, because as a YouTuber myself, I admit we do not know everything. And I think it's scary when people think that we do. But these are the 5 biggest skincare mistakes that influencers make that you should watch out for. I hope you enjoyed, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video, which, if you want to watch another one, would be right here. And if you're interested about knowing what's in those skincare and what you should and shouldn't mix, that's your best friend. Love you guys. Bye.